Hi guys, it's Matt here from the Forex Coach, and we got into this euro dollar yesterday. Now I'm actually going to just close half of this position now, and I'll just go through the reasons why. So I'm just closing 0.15 of a lot off. Okay, so I've just closed off half the position there, and I'll just go through the analysis why. Okay, so I just posted that out. We got out just near the high there, so if I actually go down to the 1 minute chart, you can see we got out. We was exiting around about here now. I had some problems just exiting that because my keyboard has messed up. I think the batteries have gone flat in my wireless keyboard. So I had to exit 0.05 of a lot 3 times to kind of get half the position off there. So anyway, took half the position off and have banked that. And the reason being is the trade was taken on the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, it has satisfied its move as far as the CMO goes. It's in the overbought zone, and it's also got the positive histogram. It's also the time of morning when it's possible to have pullbacks and big moves and stuff like that. However, on the 4 hour chart, I'm still looking for further upside on this. So with the size of the position that's left on there, I'll probably leave it to try and run it up, you know, to this zone, potentially up to target. But as far as I'm concerned with regards to the 4 hour chart, I'm still looking for a positive move. However, based on the entry and the time frame that the trade was taken, it has done enough what it needed to do, which means there's the possibility that it could roll back over and then it could turn around and set back up again for another push up, etc, etc. So I always do that. I always like to take some profits off. I've also just noticed there is a trend line just running across here as well. So it'd be interesting. We have just tested that, so we'll be looking to get a break of that trend line and to confirm that we're going to get this break up higher later on today. Hi guys, just back, and gonna put in a additional trade in here. So gonna just do a new order, and that's I'm buying euro dollar, and the reason for the trade is that we've just gone oversold. We're already in this uptrend that we're already taking part of the trade off, and there's a potential here for it to now push back up. So I'll just go through the trade in a minute. I'm just going to place a stop loss. Just have a look. Just go out to the 4 hour chart and have a look at where the stop loss looks. Okay, it needs to come down slightly because the price might want to come down to this lower price envelope, this 4 hour chart. So I'm just going to have to move this down to about there. And then target on this trade, we're going to look for a break of these highs, break of this trend line across here, and a test of these sort of highs up here. So on the 4 hour chart, we've got this sort of positive CMO coming up. We have got a down facing 21 period moving average. We've had a reasonable close on this 4 hour bar. Obviously it reacted off this trend line here. On the hour chart, we have got the upwards facing price envelope. We've come down to the bottom of this price envelope here. We are in the realms of kind of the overbought, so we need to be careful with this trade, but the potential is for it to at least come up slightly, if not to break these highs and push higher. So yeah, that's the trade. As I say, it's based off the 5-minute chart, so it's an out and out day trade here on euro dollar. Okay, just back and still in this euro dollar long. We had the first entry which we took part profits this morning around up here, around this zone here. We've got the second entry now, similar to yesterday. We've had this sort of secondary push down now. Yesterday in the pound yen long, what we done was we trailed the stop up a bit too early really, and in a way it's a similar setup to what we're seeing today. However, this hasn't quite retraced so far, and we got caught out with the stop, so we've left this stop, and we can see here it's made a secondary low. So if this pushes up a bit higher, what I've now be able to do is trail the stop up to the bottom of this secondary low here, and then obviously reduce the risk. So we're looking for a push up now and a move higher. So the 1 hour chart, the picture has changed slightly because we've got this curve over of the price envelope. So we've got to make a decision if we do get up to this level, whether to exit the trade or whether to leave it and see whether we can get this push up and this breakout of these previous highs. We've got this trend line as well across the top, which we identified earlier. So that's the trade. We're still in it, and we'll leave it for now and see how it plays out. Okay, just back, and we've got a another trade on here. So Euro's coming off a bit at the moment, but we always said that it had the chance of coming down to this lower price envelope on the 4 hour chart. Now what we need to see here is a reaction from this and it to push back up. So I've just given it a tiny bit more slack on the stop loss here, just to give it a chance to come back down if it does want to then go higher. So also related to that, I'm taking a short on the Dax. Now it's very dependent on the price of the euro. Obviously stronger euro, weaker Dax, vice versa, but it's a similar sort of pattern really on the 4 hour chart. We've got this sort of curling round of the price envelope here, so I'm just looking for it to come back down a bit lower and sort of retest these lows down here, potentially ideally a run down to this 21 period moving average, which would be coming up at the time. But on the 5-minute chart it is overbought on my indicator here, so I'm looking for this to roll over. And on the hourly chart we've also had this sort of downwards move. It's come up, retrace, it's sort of reacting off the 21 period moving average here, so looking for that to follow through with some more downside. It's yet to test this 50 period moving average on the hourly chart, so these lows would tie in with this 50 period average, which would make it a good target if it can come off and come back down there. So I've got a couple of entries in here just to see if this can have a move down. Okay, we've got news out at past. It's in 3 minutes time, and it's going to affect these trades because it's going to be dollar related news. We've got durable goods orders and initial jobless claims. So on the euro dollar, it's going to have an impact on that, which is that's going to affect the Dax as well. Now it did just start to have a push up and then it's come off again. So I mean, looking at the hourly chart, it's looking negative now. It's looking like it's going to come off. However, on the 4 hour chart, we've still got this sort of this positive. So we've got just absolute conflict between these two charts at the moment. And it's a difficult one to decide what way to trade here. Again, the JF30 started to come off and now that's pushed back. Now the only thing I don't like about this is on the hourly candle, it's had this strong positive close outside of this price envelope. So I think if we do get a blip down, I'm going to have to react fairly quickly to get out of these trades, because it could then blip down to then push higher. But again, on the 4-hour chart, we've got this pattern and of it sort of the potential of it rolling back over. So again, conflict on that chart as well. Okay, 25 seconds till the news, and we need to see some strength in the euro here in order for these trades to come off. We need to see some strength in the euro coming through. So it looks like jobless claims was a beat on expected just, and durable goods orders was worse than expected. So we're seeing some dollar strength, some euro strength here, which is what we wanted. But is it going to be enough to push it up? It's not major news. I mean, it's not having a big impact. We're just going to have a look at the DAX trades now. So we really need to see a break below this 21 period average now. So we need a good strong close on this 5-minute bar below this 21 period moving average for it to be, you know, to really come down how we want it to. So yeah, both durable goods orders were worse than expected, and initial jobless claims was a beat, but only just. Okay, so we'll just sit on this now and see what happens next. Okay, so these candles have just closed, and we've had the close on the DAX that we was looking for. This 21 period movement average is still sort of pointing up quite strongly, so we really need to see this sort of curving round in order to get this move. But the euro has strengthened to what we were looking for, so again, quite a strong close there on that candle. So we need a continuation of this trend. Now it's going to hit resistance when we get up to this upper price envelope, and we really need it to push, and this hour bar needs to be a strong close, ideally outside this upper price envelope, for then a continuation of this move and a breakthrough of this trend line which we identified earlier on today. Okay, so just back, I've actually just closed out one of the short positions. Reason being is on the 30-minute chart we've just come into some support here. So what we want to see is a good strong close of this over the next 5 minutes. This curling back round and coming back down now. But I think there's a possibility of trailing the stop loss down now on this trade. So just looking at it on the 5-minute chart, we could bring the stop down above these highs. Probably need to give it a little bit of room, because this 30-minute price envelope is just going to curl round up there, and it's always a possibility that it could just spike up and take those out. But we could definitely reduce the risk on this trade now just by trailing this down to around about, I think that might be alright just now. I'll keep my eye on it just there. I keep my eye on it. I just want to stay above this price envelope as it curls around here, and as I say, we're looking for a rundown to these lows, which also ties in with this moving average here. So the euro trade, let's just have a quick look at the euro long. It's not doing a lot actually. It's now getting overbought, so it really needs to break up here, but I think I'll probably trail the stop up to this low now. This is the stop here. Just check that on the 4-hour chart. Stop loss is just here, yeah. So I can afford to bring the stop up now, keeping it just below there. Let's just have a look on the 5-minute chart how that looks. Yeah. Okay, happy with that. So we've just trailed the stop loss up now on that trade. It's done what it could have done on the 4-hour chart. It's come down, hit that lower price envelope. We really need it to push up now and break up. On the 5-minute chart, it's actually getting overbought. This is the point where I'd usually be exiting trades, but it's not gone anywhere, this trade. It's made no money yet, so I'm going to just hold out. It's a small loss now. We've got other long positions on anyway, still left in from yesterday or last night. So I think there's more news coming out in the next couple of hours or the next hour on the US, so that might hopefully get the markets moving a bit more. Okay, I'm going to take half off the DAX here because we're about halfway to target. And it's had a good run on the 5-minute chart, which is what the trade was taken off. So as always base my exits on the time frame that I've taken the trade off. You know, there's always a possibility here that this could now roll back up, push back up. On the 1-hour chart, we've got that conflict where we've got this sort of turning round. It's got into the oversold region. So there's a possibility this could now push up. But either way, this is now going to be a profitable, if not risk-free trade, just by taking that part profit off. But still on the 4-hour chart, it looks like it's got the potential to go down further. We'll just wait and see how it moves. I would like to see it take these lows out. There'll be loads of stop orders for a lot of people that have got in long today below here, so it makes sense for it to come down and take out some of these lows and take out some of these stops if it was going to then turn around and push higher. But as I say, the shorter term trend is now pushing up, so this could be a turnaround and then a push up, a break of these highs, etc, etc. Okay, so we're getting this bounce on the JERV 30. You know, it could still roll over from here. We don't know what's going to happen, but as I said, there's always the potential for this to bounce from there. So the exit down here was a good part exit of that trade. Trail the stop down. Euro has broken up now. So we're coming up to this trend line. So let's get this drawn on accurately now, because it's not necessarily as accurate as what it needs to be here. So if we look at these highs here, let's just scale out slightly. Can I get the high over there? Okay, so I can't get the highs quite out. It's parallel, so it just needs to move up slightly, looking at the hour chart there. So I'd say that's the trend line there, and that we're looking to break. So we need to come up here now. We want to hit this trend line and then break through it over the course of the next couple of hours to confirm that we're going to get this uptrend. Now the resistance I was talking about, if you go to the daily chart, we've got this resistance, this upper price envelope up here. Looking at the CMO, it looks like it's ready to come over, but these can hang about in the overbought or oversold zones for a long time, which could mean that this is going to be just the start of a longer push up, and see us sort of come back up into these sort of regions, the 120 regions and these previous highs. But it's hard to say. It looks like it's got a bit more in it potentially, and this price action that we're seeing on the weekly chart. Now, I often say this, when we see this flattening out of the CMO and this price action, it almost looks like it's going to be a double scoop up of this. So without even the histogram getting to the negative, it can sometimes go positive and then stay positive and go from red back to green, and we have this secondary push up and almost a divergence type pattern on the weekly chart. Because on the monthly, there's still a zone up here that I want to see. If you see this trend line that I've got up here, and we've got some moving averages up here, it would make sense for it to come up here on this on this move. So it's still got potential to go higher, and we'll have to just see how it plays out over the course of the next few days, weeks and months. We're just coming up to this trend line now, so it's going to be interesting how it reacts through here. Now we're also getting overbought on the 5-minute chart, so it might make sense to take some profits here. However, bearing in mind that it is the fourth test of this trend line, it would make sense for it to push through it. So I think I may hold out on this one and just see what happens next. Okay, so I have just banked half of the day trade long there at that point, because on the 5-minute chart, which the trade was taken from, it's done what it needed to do, and there is the potential here that it can hit this trend line again and have another pullback, but I do think it's going to break through. The other thing that I took into account is the fact that I've got some other trades anyway long on euro, so I didn't need all that position in order for me to get the profits that I need from these trades. So I banked half of the day trade long. Okay, just back and see this euro has pushed up. We've had this breakout of this trend line. The day trade I'm going to exit here, which is this position here, this £44. I'm just going to close that off now because I'm happy with what it's done here. So that's that position exited, but we're still holding out for the sort of longer term trend with regards to the other entry there. But what I'll do is I'll now try the stop up on this one. I'm going to keep it just a bit below this moving average here, 200 period moving average. And then I'll just now take a look at this DAX, see what's going on with that. So DAX. Okay, so DAX looks like it's hit target there. Let's just check that. Okay, so DAX has hit target there. I've been out for a little bit, so let's just drag this onto here and have a look. Okay, yes, it's gone well through target. We've broke these lows and made new lows. So yeah, that was a good trade there, and we are now all out of those day trades. So I've had a good result here today. Few profitable trades, as you can see there. Long euro, dollar, short DAX, and good day's trading. Just one thing I thought I'd mention is while we're here is I've actually got a free signals channel on Telegram, so I'll just drag it over here and just pull it onto the chart. You can see here we've got this free signal channel. It's available for anyone to join. It's completely free of charge. It's Telegram, all today's trades, the winning trades from today, were posted out live on this group. So if you were following it, you could have profited from those trades completely free of charge. The link, if you want to join up to it, is just here. So you can see the link here. It's telegram.me/, so T for telegram.me/free FX trading signal, and you can join the group. If you've got Telegram installed on your mobile phone, then you can get all the trading alerts direct to your phone. Also, there's a Facebook page as well. Let's just do a screenshot. Let's just try this. Okay, so you can see here we've got the Facebook page here. So if you just go to Facebook and search for @free FX trading signals, you can join the Facebook page, and also the trades were posted out on that as well. And you can join in with the fun and join in with the trading, follow the trades, and then at the end of the day you'll get the video update that will tell you the reasoning behind the trades, and you can learn hopefully develop yourself. Hope that helps. I'm wrapping up the video here.